Welcome back, note takers. Today, Noah and I have a very special episode, as it's our first interview episode. And we have the most iconic and notorious villain from Survivor Nicaragua, NaOnka. NaOnka, how are you doing today?
I am doing great. Thank you guys for having me. I am a fan of both of you, and I appreciate the love that you guys have been giving me. Like, I really do.
Thank you so much. Considering how we're super fans of you, it is so awesome to hear that. I think so. Today, we kind of just want to take our listeners on a little trip down memory lane, kind of talk about your life before Survivor, kind of what you were up to leading up to your casting. Then we want to get into Survivor, kind of talk about the nitty gritty and get into some fun behind the scenes tea, see what we can talk about. And then, of course, we want to know what you've been up to after your Survivor experience and kind of what that aftermath has looked like for you, where you've kind of landed afterwards.
Okay, I'm down.
So on a baseline, were you familiar with Survivor as a show? Had you seen it growing up? Did anyone in your family watch it? Or when the opportunity presented itself, was it kind of something brand new?
Can I cuss?
Yeah, go
okay.
Absolutely.
Hell no, I didn't watch that damn show. I walked in on my grandmother. She was watching. You know, it could have been the first season years ago. Like, I remember the first winter. He was sitting on a log, and I walked in. I was like, "What the hell are you watching?" It was just weird. And she told me about it. I was like, "Oh, okay." And I went upstairs, and then because after I got out of college, I was trying to get on America's Next Top Model for like years. I kept auditioning, and it just was not fucking happening. And I didn't give up on it. I was like, well, my personality is way too big. Something is going to happen. And the amount of energy I was putting into trying to be on America's Next Top Model, I wasn't going to give up on trying to get myself out there. And I was walking the beach with my ex at the time. We were in my car. We were hotboxing. And we went to Venice Beach to specifically get fruit. And I had my locks at the time. I had a button-up shirt, some jean shorts, and those Old Navy flip-flops. Those cheap-ass $5 Old Navy flip-flops. And we're walking down the boardwalk, and I tripped, and my flip-flop broke. Now, I only brought enough money for fruit, not to be trying to buy no flip-flops on the boardwalk. Yeah. And then that's when Lisa T, and I don't remember what the other lady was, but they're coming out of a restaurant that looked like a pizzeria. They asked me what time it was. At this point, when they asked me, I'm so fucking irritated because I'm not about to be walking around here with one damn flip-flop. They had asked me, like, what time is it? Do you know what time it is? And I'm like, well, y'all got iPhones and watches. Like, y'all should know what time it is. Because I'm irritated. You know, my shit just broke. And because of how I answered it like as a bitch, but at the same time, it came off funny. And Lisa T pulled out this business card, like, you want to be on TV? Everybody on this boardwalk want to be on TV. Shit. It's Venice Beach. Gave me that card, and I was like, the fuck? Did that really just happen? And my ex just took a step back, like, what the fuck just happened? Oh, nigga, I don't know what the fuck just happened. So then I get home, and my mom is doing hair. And I said, I got this card. This person for Survivor recruit gave me a card. My mom looked at me like, let me see. To see if it was real. And I was like,
I'm a New Yorker. Someone handed me a card. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I gave them my number. They're supposed to call. So it ended up happening just like that. So when people were sitting in their videos and they were like basically doing their narrowing down from across the country or whatever, I was pulled right in. So I was like one of the finalists immediately. So they had me come like to the CBS studio, pick up a camcorder, and basically introduce who I am. And that happened like probably 2 days after I got the car. Like it started happening really fast. And they said, well, are you going to be able to get a week off of work? Hell yeah. So they put me at the DoubleTree. That's where they have, like, I guess that's where they hold all the finalists. But it was a lot. It was a ton of us. So they put me in the DoubleTree. One of the recruits brought me to my room, gave me some pizza, and then there was a phone call on the phone and said to meet at the bar. So it was like they had it grouped up to where it's probably like 10 of us. And we had to do like a almost like a Survivor challenge in the hotel room. We had to run up a gang of fucking stairs. We have to go into one room, and then we have to do push-ups, and then we have to go in another room and chug a soda, and then we have to spin around. In the last room, Jeff Probst was there, and we're in his room. Okay. And I'm like, I know who this motherfucker is. Like, it got real. And he's like, okay, so I have to do, like, I think I was doing jumping jacks, and then I had to unscramble a word. And I'm 5'9". Jeff Probst is tiny. He's really little, but his smile just lit up the room. I'm like, this guy is fucking gorgeous. He's, like, really pretty. And then I went back to my room. I called my mom, and I told her, I don't know what the hell I just did, but it was some type of challenge that we had to do in the hotel. She's like, in a hotel? Yeah, I'll tell you about it when I get home. So then the next day was, like, the auditions, and I saw Sash. I saw Brenda. I saw quite a few of them, and Brenda and I were actually, like, right next to each other that first day. Oh, wow. And I was like, oh my God, you're so pretty. She was like, oh my God, thank you. I love your hair. And I was like, I don't like her. I don't like her. The game has already started.
Sense that she would, like, be cast?
I had a feeling because she's pretty, and they want pretty people on TV, and I never sat down and watched fucking Survivor, like, ever, so I really don't know what the hell I'm truly getting myself into, but I did, like, I think that night I went ahead and watched some previous seasons, and I got scared to death because, for one, they're in a fucking rainforest and you're not eating, and I like to get up in the middle of the night and eat. I like to go to the bathroom, and they're not doing any of that shit. So that was the first day. I think we had met with like two different cast people, and then we were on camera. And then the second day, we met the producers, and now it's narrowed down because at this point you're starting to see people leave the hotel day by day. People are leaving with their luggage, and I'm like, my ass is still here. Oh my God, I think I got a chance. And we saw the producers, and I was like, damn, it's a whole lot of these people, and they were like, they're gonna be there on the island. I'm like, fuck, this is exciting. Then the next day we had to take a psych test, and the psych test it wasn't a lot of us in there. So we had to do a psych test. We had to do a physical, and I don't remember what night it was where they showed heroes versus villains because that was right before our season. Yeah. And all the people working there is drunk as shit. Like, they're hella drunk. Like, hella drunk. So I'm seeing them, like, pull people out one by one and into the hallway, and they're talking to them, and then the people are coming back and sitting down. I'm like, I hope they pull me because I just want to know what the hell they're talking about. So they pulled me out. She was like, you're going to have to be a bitch on wheels. If you want camera time, you can't be boring. You're going to have to, like, really bring out your personality. I ain't going to have a hard time with that. But what are you drinking? Because I want to be on what you own, because you are on. So I went back to my seat, and I'm like, this shit is getting really fun. And it just happened so fast. So that 1 week, it seemed like forever, but it was quick. And that next week, I got a phone call saying, do you have a passport? Because they chose you. And at that point, I didn't know what the fuck I was getting myself into. I just knew, like, I need to watch some more of the Survivor bullshit so I can just know what I'm getting myself into. I'm going to be in a whole nother country. I'm going to be gone for a minute. I can win this money. But at the same time, I'm scared as hell because I'm seeing what I'm watching. So they flew us to Florida and stayed in the room there. And then as soon as they pull you out the room, that's when you see the whole entire cast. And it was so eclectic. So I didn't know, like, what would be what. Like, I see a lot of old people, but they don't really look old. Yeah. And then I'm seeing, like, people that look like my age. Yeah, very much. Like, our season, I think they did a really good job with diversifying the cast. Like, really good. Amongst the other seasons I saw, it was like, you know, we're sprinkled here and there, but we're not really there. So I sized up everybody. I'm looking at everybody, and I'm like, okay, this is an odd group, but I'm ready. And so we landed in Nicaragua. We can't talk to each other. We also have aliases. I was Cleo Rollins. And I felt some type of way because I had dreadlocks. And Cleo was the psychic reader from years ago. So I felt some type of way, but I'll roll with it. They tell us that we can't talk to each other, so we don't talk to each other. We land in Nicaragua, and we walk out to the truck. These people have pistols that's as big as me. And I'm like, whoa, this is pretty cool, but this is scary too. And I don't see too many people that look like me out here either, so I'm going to stay close to my group. Then we get to the Ponderosa, beginning of the game. Now everybody really, truly sizing each other up. Off the rip, I didn't like Kelly B. Because she was sizing me up. She kept looking me up and down, and I'm looking at her like, bitch, what's the problem?
Okay.
You know, so the game actually starts when you guys are like, when you see who's all a part of the cast.
Right.
It starts because you could go off of like energy. You could go off. Her hair looked funny. I ain't fucking with her. It could just be anything that could just have you on on edge because the game actually starts. And we would eat separately. We'll go work out separately. We did everything like in a group, but it was like group A, group B, whatever. Tent City, whatever. So now we're actually on the island. It is day one. When I see the clothes they pulled out for me, I was like, y'all would give me this shit. And it was shit that didn't even fit because my shorts, I had a belt to go with those shorts. And the shirt I got last minute because I was told I had to get like tropical colors. So when you see me in that first episode struggling, yeah, that's because they gave me clogs to walk up these fucking mountains in. And then they gave me these shorts that's falling off my ass without my belt. And there's nothing I could do about it. And
so what is the clothing process officially? Do you like submit something of each color or like a few options?
Yeah, so for me, they told me that we were going to be a light colored tribe. So I had to get like yellows, oranges, and peaches and stuff like that. But then they need you to also pack out of the game clothes. So out of the game clothes for me is I want to be in something that's really comfortable if we're going to be walking around or doing something like that. So my clothes are still kind of like bright and dark-ish because you really don't know what colors you're really supposed to choose. If out of game clothes, you just want to be comfortable. So it is whatever you send in. So whatever you send in, they choose for the game. Now we got our bathing suits on day 2. So then that was like our second outfit.
Okay. And then, so the bathing suits, did you pick that out or did they give it to you?
I picked it out because mine was like... everything that I sent them was very last minute because I was picked like boom, and we need all your clothes like this. And then I'm like, okay, shit, I gotta go run to Target and send them everything, and for them to approve it so that they have enough time to tell me no, this doesn't work. It's not gonna look good on camera. Blah 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 blah. But it was like I feel like when it comes to the wardrobe, they are actually telling a story by the clothes that they choose for you because Kelly Purple her shit was sheer. Her shit was just like a slip.
She had nothing.
Yes. Then you got Tyrone with a fucking suit blazer. And then you got Fabio with a windbreaker and socks. The fuck? And then you got Sash with a whole long sleeve. Like, it was a setup. And if you look at how everybody, like, kind of, like, left, in a way, our clothes. And I see the comments going, they're so stupid for wearing that. They're so stupid for choosing. We didn't fucking choose this shit.
Yeah.
If we was going to choose it, my ass would have had a damn jacket, a hat, a scarf, some damn pants, a few pairs of socks. We don't get to choose that shit. They set it up for our torture.
Yeah, that's the thing is, I mean, you definitely see so many people, especially like as the show progresses, you see so many people that are wearing just such outrageous like clothing choices considering what they're about to go through. And it, like you said, it totally is just to create a character that they're trying, like how they kind of want to portray you on the show.
Yeah, exactly. It's like an unspoken language that doesn't get enough attention. People go, oh, you know, they have their judgment, but they don't know that there's a whole other side to this game. The producers are fucking playing a game too.
For sure. I think the casual viewer of these shows like really does take everything at face value. They fully, whatever they're seeing on TV play out, they just believe it 100%. You know, they don't do any further research. They don't check anything. They don't think like, okay, well, like, what's going on behind the scenes here?
Right.
So I thought it was interesting that you mentioned how you were trying to get on America's Next Top Model, because we actually found that as well when we were kind of just doing our pre-episode research. And I was curious, as far as America's Next Top Model, like, how far did you get in the process on any of your auditions?
Through the door.
Oh, really?
They had a look that they were, like, literally going for. I went with braids, I went with straight hair, I went with finger waves, I went with short hair. I came in every different type of look because I'm like, okay, that didn't work, this didn't work, that didn't work. But like Survivor, they already know what the hell they want. They probably have already picked out these people and probably need 1 or 2 more girls. And they know what they want. So when it comes, and that's just like, that's my experience. I can't speak for everyone else, but that's how I felt because it wasn't happening for me. But how Survivor happened for me made me go, shit, when they want you, they gonna pay for everything. They gonna tell you exactly what they need from you. And if they want you, they want you. And they not just gonna like drag it completely out. But I feel like these shows, they know what they want, or they already have in their mind what they want. With me, she told me, don't change my hair and don't get rid of my colored lock. Jill had to cut her hair and dye it. So they have a look that they want. Yeah.
That's so interesting because I always thought that like with Jill, like one of the things that did like stand out so much was her hair. So it's interesting that that was a producer choice.
Yeah, because her hair was like, I want to say shoulder length and not really curly, but like wavy. And the look worked for her, but when I saw after the show what she looked like with hair, I'm like, even this is pretty too. But they made her look like a villain just off of appearance. Red hair, short, we see all your face. You know what I mean?
Right. I love that. That's so cool to know, because I mean that's the kind of thing that I think when you're like me and Aiden and you're like a reality TV super fan and you are like watching and thinking about all these things, it's so nice to hear it confirmed because that's like what we're suspecting is going on.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. They tell a story way before they actually tell a story. So if you guys ever get on this show, just be prepared for nothing. Like don't be expecting shit because it's not going to be anything that you think.
See, that's the thing is I used to always be like, oh, I want to audition for Survivor. I want to go on Survivor. But like nowadays, like after, I feel like especially because back when I was like a teenager thinking about it, I feel like there still was at least some level of like a little bit of it was still behind the curtain. Like people weren't talking as much about their experience on reality TV. And now people are being a lot more open about it. I mean, I don't know, maybe a lot of non-disclosure agreements have like expired and now people are talking about it.
Oh yeah.
But now when I hear about how people are treated like behind the scenes and stuff, I'm just like, oh, maybe I don't want to go on these shows. Yeah,
and I don't want to piggyback on that. For the most part, behind the scenes, it was fun. Survivor was definitely fun. It's not meant to be easy.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be challenging. It's supposed to test your limit, your faith in yourself. And you get some people that go, I really want to be on Survivor, and I know I'll do this and I'll do that. Look, I didn't know what the hell I was getting myself into. I knew I was a black girl with dreadlocks from South Central LA, and I'm being thrown into Gilligan's Island with some people I don't fucking know, and we all have the same damn goal. You know, so the hardest part about the behind the scenes was my weight loss and how they took pictures through each challenge, but we never got to see them. I really wanted to see that. And my first 2 weeks, I could hear out of my right ear because we did the swim test, and I had an air bubble, and my equilibrium was completely off for 2 weeks. And Medic would come out every day and do drops in my ear every single day and check on my ear, and that's like a part of my journey there that I don't really get to discuss or talk about. It's just people see what they saw, and then that's what they want to ask questions about. But it was like way more to that shit than what they see. Like literally, I had Medic looking out for my ear every single day because I thought I was going to go deaf. I really couldn't hear shit. If they were talking on my right side, I wasn't going to hear it. And when I say it threw off my equilibrium, it was dangerous. I didn't know what the fuck was going to happen. I mean, here I am in a whole other country and I can't hear. Then you have, before you go to challenge, before you go to tribal, you pull up and you see your stand-in sitting in your seat. Now that was pretty fucking awesome. You see them, you're like, oh, okay, who's me? I want to see what she look like. And then we are in the tent waiting, getting beat up by mosquitoes for like sometimes 2-3 hours.
Oh God.
You know, because it's wet.
Yeah.
It's not dry, and it's also hot as shit. And y'all got us in a tent, so y'all trapping us in here to get bit up.
Oh God, that's horrible.
You know,
get y'all angry.
Yeah, and then when you get to tribal, you're sitting there. It's all of these fucking hidden cameras. Like there's a mic and a camera right at the fire pit, and then you see all of these people with like in these slots of cameras, and everybody has their each individual camera. And you so badly want to do like The Office and talk to your camera. You so badly just want to have that conversation, but you can't because it's serious because you could feel the tension. You might have discussed with your alliance who the hell you're going to vote off, but then you don't know if somebody go like fucking blindside you and just do the unthinkable. So you sitting there excited, but you're also scared as hell. Like, I don't know I don't know if I trust you. Do I trust you?
So, how instigating were Jeff's questions? Because sometimes he just has some pressure cooker questions at Tribal.
Jeff was always trying to come for my jugular. He had fun with me. Jeff had a lot of fun with me, and it broke his heart that I quit because I could tell that he wanted to have more fun with me. He would say some crazy ass shit, and I would respond with some crazy ass shit back, like, you got me fucked up. You thought you was gonna try me? You know? Like, no, I had a comeback, but it was just so fun, like, just being there and having that experience with these people. But they all tried to fuck with me at Tribal. They all tried to come for me. Fabio too, and that ended up being like my main person at the end. But he would always try to come for me, telling me like how crazy I was. First, Benry used to be on me so tough and always be like, "Oh my god, I love the way you speak. I love the." But then when I became a threat, he couldn't stand my guts. To this day, I can't stand Benry.
Really? I'm surprised at that because he barely made an impression on the show.
I can't stand his ass. He was just fake, faker than faux fur, just really, really fake. And I stood on who the fuck I was. I have never changed. I stayed true to it. And when I quit the show, it was my very first time saying I was going to do something and actually following the fuck through. So it was hard for me to actually quit.
Yeah.
But because I knew, I was like, shit, I could actually win this shit, but god damn it, this weather.
Well, that's the thing watching it is, I mean, like, it, and, like, obviously I could be wrong because we don't know for sure, but, like, watching it, I'm kind of like, NaOnka has, like, this clear path to the final three. Like, she could go to the end.
You had an idol, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I live with that decision every single day, and I don't feel good about it now because I was a recruit, so I didn't have the knowledge of Survivor, and I didn't know it was going to be like MTV's The Challenge, where you could make a fucking career going back and forth on this shit. I didn't know, and I think I was cheated out of that because I didn't have the knowledge, but I knew that I was like a heavyweight. Like, I knew I carried the season on my back because everything was always focused on me. And I even had, a confessional where I felt like these motherfuckers must be betting on me because he's literally walking me through what the fuck is going to happen without telling me what's going to happen, but he telling me what's happening. Like when I had...
With the producer?
Yeah! So when I was like, oh shit, I think I really have a chance, was I had the idol. And I buried the idol from everybody. And the producer put me on. I was like, so what are you going to do if there's a tribe switch? I must have ran out of that confessional so fucking fast and went looking for that damn idol, like, real quick. Because I'm like, shit, I didn't even think about that. Oh, I do remember watching that. And I went and I got it. And Lord and behold, that was the day of my switch.
Oh, my God.
So he told me, I was like, wow. So sometimes in those confessionals, you gotta really listen to what the fuck they're saying, because sometimes they could just be giving you the answer, like giving you everything, but you're just like, I'm so fucking hungry and I gotta pee. I don't know what the fuck is going on. You're not even like thinking straight.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I find so funny, like when you see people who are viewers of the show kind of talking about like, well, I would have done this or I would have done that, or like if like in your case, like if somebody quits, they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're quitting. Like what? Like they knew what they were getting themselves into. I'm like, no, I don't think they did.
No, absolutely the fuck not. And I didn't leave by myself. I left with somebody, so it was really, really hard for both of us. And the first night, Shannon was complaining about leaving because when it got well into the night, like we were already like grabbing things for our shelter, but it started raining that night as we're building our shelter. So it's late, it's windy, it's raining, so we can't keep going. So we're like laying down the best we can, trying to be as comfortable as we can, and our shelter collapsed on us while it's raining. And they didn't show y'all that shit. And that made me mad when I actually like watched the show. I'm like, there was some really good highlights that they could have showed, but they didn't. And I guess because it would have been too good, but they wanted you guys to see the struggle. Because we was really figuring shit out. Like, they didn't show you, they probably couldn't show you guys. We were in a cave. We had found a cave, and we were in there. We made a fire in there. We brought our bags, and because we needed to really get out of the rain and would not stop raining. And production, I think on like day 2 or 3, told us we have to get the hell out because the rocks by the fire bin right there could loosen the rocks and could fall in. We're like, fuck that, let them fall. Shit, we're dry. It's dry. We found like a pond. Like, it was really, really cool. I hate the fact that they didn't get to show you guys things like that. They didn't get to see you. They didn't show you guys how I warmed up every day, how I stretched out Uncle Dan, how I pond found a whole blanket for the tribe, how I was built. I took care of everybody the best I could until they pissed me off. But they didn't show you that. But when I left the island, they have us see a psychiatrist. And when I sat down with him, he says, "You know you're going to get a bad edit, right?" And I go, "Why would I? I played a really good game." He said, "Because you quit. And there has to be a villain." So, well, I was a bitch, but I played a really good game. He was like, "No, you just know, and I just want you to hear me out. You are going to probably get the worst edit that you could possibly think of because you quit." And I'm like, well, shit, he's a psychiatrist. And how long am I going to be able to see you? Am I going to be able to see you, like, after the island? You know, because that was real. And it didn't really resonate with me. I never sat with a psychiatrist, and I've never been on TV before. But for somebody to tell me your life is about to fucking be a living hell after you leave this, that shit hit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That shit,
it's scary.
Well, right? Well, especially because, I mean, like, in the earlier seasons, like, you have people that were edited as the villain, and yeah, it's true, like the hate they get, because I mean, like, we talk about Jerry Manthe from season 2 Australia. We always talk about how crazy it is that she got hate mail, where like people were physically writing letters to her and sending them to her PO box.
Ooh, wow, I
like
believe
just to tell her they don't like her.
Yeah, it's because we didn't have Instagram.
Right.
So they got to figure out a way. These fans get to the point to where they're like, I have to make it my mission to fuck with this person for the day.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It really is, and I've seen it even on y'all TikTok.
Yeah,
I respond to that shit. Hell yeah, I don't do it every fucking day, but lately I've been on demon time. Like, y'all want to come for me? I got the time. Today's the day I can sit and I can entertain this bullshit. But what I really like about these podcasts is that you guys actually give us the opportunity to actually have a voice outside of the game. Mm-hmm. And because at the end of the day, I am a real person. I have real feelings, and I have a real life. And my life isn't based off of a TV show. If I'm trying to walk in the light of making everybody happy, I would be doomed. And Survivor was a gift and a curse in so many ways. Like, it was a gift that, you know, I'm one of those people that can say I'm a part of this legendary show. And I'm a big name. I'm a household name in it. And I have a rule named after me. Come on, I'm a legend. No matter if I won or not, there's a whole rule named after me. So whether you like it or not, when you get on that show, they're going to tell you the rules, and I'm going to be one of them. Yeah. So, but I want people to understand that, you know, I did not get fired from my job. These people did not call, and my job was like, you know, there's too many fucking phone calls. We have to let her go. No, if anything, I was working at front desk too. I was all around the Y. People were coming in just to see me, just to ask questions. Parents would come and pick up their kids from my class just to see me. I would have to tell my kids, ask me Thursday, because it's Wednesday, so watch it tonight, you know. So it was like, it was a blessing because I had my 15 minutes of fame, and I fucking enjoyed it. But when I left, I was like, there should be other TV shows that I should be on. I know my name is on somebody's desk where they really want to fucking call me. But CBS is like, no, fuck her. We don't fuck with her. We're not gonna do anything to help her. And it hurts because I can't just get a regular smuggler job. I can't just go work anywhere because I have this title behind me, the show Survivor. So I can't move the same as everybody else.
Well, yeah, because I mean, people don't even have to Google your first name basis. You don't have to Google your last name. Somebody Googles NaOnka, the first thing that comes up is Survivor.
Yeah, and before the Survivor shit, I had a wonderful life. I had ran track, and I was a superstar, went to a D1, got my degrees, and then all of that is overlooked once I got on Survivor because you don't even see it. It's like, it's dead and buried now. So everybody sees Survivor when actually I'm an All-American athlete. But nobody sees that because Survivor completely wiped it away. And the curse of Survivor is all of these people think that they know you. All of these people are judging you. And because of the edit, Everybody thinks that I am obsessed with Kelly B's leg. I don't give a fuck about that goddamn leg, and I didn't. The only reason why I kept talking about this shit is because the producers built a story around it.
Nope.
This bitch is fucking with this shit. For her to say keep her leg away from the fire, we're gonna keep asking her questions. Oh, and she took Fabio's socks. Oh yes, this bitch is a troublemaker. So when I would go into the confessionals, they would actually ask me, so how do you feel about Kelly? Well, how do you feel about Kelly?
Yeah, so that's the thing, is they truly can do that on reality TV. They can make it seem like you are just so fixated on like one specific thing, because that thing is, we see you talking about it in your confessionals, but they don't let us see the producer asking you the question.
Right. And it's not fair at all. I knew that when I knew that me and her really weren't gonna get along was after that one challenge where we won. And I found the idol clue along with Kelly B. Now, I was like, fuck, it had to be her. Because I already don't like her. So I'm like, damn, it had to be her. So as soon as we get our stuff, production takes what you want. You go to the truck. And it's a blacked out truck. You don't get to see shit. But look across and see like your tribe, the people that you're riding in a car with. And you cannot speak. So then when you finally get back to your shelter, wherever the fuck you're living, you get out the car, you still don't speak. So they hand you whatever it was that you were carrying and touching. The whole entire time I'm in this truck, I'm thinking, it's a game, it's a game, it's a game. Do I just be nice and just like let her have it? Or no, fuck that. It's a game. I'm not going to do it. But damn, they're going to make me look so bad. I'm the black girl. This girl got one fucking leg. But people are underestimating that this bitch is really fucking talented. So I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't, but I'm definitely not about to hand this shit over. So we get out the car, they give it to us, and they say, don't say or do anything until you get to your flag. A bitch like me was speed walking like a motherfucker. I wanted to get there so goddamn fast because I know it is about to be a fucking fight. And that's exactly what the fuck happened. So I dropped it. And when I dropped it, I'm going in for it. So instead of Kelly going in for it, she's on me. Nobody's talking about how she's grabbing my body and she's pulling me. I'm trying to get the clue. That's all I'm thinking about. But ain't nobody talking about what the fuck she did to me. I went, got the clue, put that shit in my bra, and I walked the fuck off. But I'm hated for it. Oh, she just pushed the girl through. I didn't fucking push her. I dropped the basket. That bitch was pushing me.
Right.
And they fought for idols before. Literally, the season before Heroes versus Villains. It's like Danielle and Amanda had that whole situation.
Yeah, it's like, why y'all coming for me? Like, what the fuck did I do? Like, I can't win here. So I get the clue. And like I said when I was walking off, I know they calling me every fucking name in the book. She's a bitch. She's not nice. She's this. She's that. And then Kelly V is over there literally. I don't even know why she did that, bitch. We both was going for the same damn thing. And you was grabbing me. So after that moment, it was no longer a game for me. It was a mission for me to get her the fuck out. It is a mission. And you are the op. You're with Elena and Shannon. You're the op. I already had my alliance, so I really didn't give a fuck. So now, what you guys also don't see is Alina was being two-faced, but Kelly would never fuck with me. She would never say shit. She would try to go around me, or she'll say shit underneath her nose, like not saying like loud, like on some talking to Alina, like, I don't even know what the fuck she's here. Bitch, talk louder. I'm sitting right here. Like that's how it was between me and her. We just did not like each other. I like everybody, but the way she was sizing me up before the game started, and you wanna. She said she had a secret she needed to tell us in the first episode. Bitch, I don't want to know your fucking secret. And when she pulled her pants down, oh, she got a leg. Oh, she's out of here. She gotta go. She's a charity case. And I only had one scrunchie for my locks, and I stole all of her scrunchies she had with that foot holding her shoe. I took all of them. I probably left her one. It's a game.
That's the thing, is people need to remember, it's like, I wouldn't just let someone grab the idol clue. Like, we're playing for $1 million. I'm not going to let somebody take the idol clue.
Right? But everybody was giving me shit. Like, so I'm supposed to just go, well, you have a prosthetic leg, and I think you're awesome. Here you go. Fuck that. No, bitch. We're fighting for it.
Yeah. Right?
And on top of that, the rest of the castmates were not going to let her get anywhere near the final three. Like, they knew it in their heads.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just me that wanted her off. My whole alliance wanted her off because she's not a charity case, but she is a sympathy vote. So if somebody like that made it to the final 3, the first thing they're going to say is, you're super strong and you did it with the prosthetic leg. What the fuck? But let me go down there. You were just mean, NaOnka. You cussed everybody out. You stole shit. Well, fuck. I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't.
Yeah.
But when she went home, I wasn't even on a goddamn try.
Oh, yeah, she was after the swap.
I had nothing to do with that shit, but I still got shit for Kelly B. And it's talking to you guys about this, I'm reminding myself about the scene that they showed on TV, and it was actually like one of my favorite scenes with my crazy ass. I had just found I think the Idol with Brenda, and Elena and Kelly B were on the hunt looking for it.
Yes.
And I bullied the fuck out of them at that tree mill. I didn't give a fuck. I'm gonna bully the fuck out of them because they keep coming for me, and now I have the power, so I really don't give a fuck what you thinking. But bitch, I don't fuck with you, and I don't like you. And that's like my favorite, because I told her to her face, if I didn't like you, I told you to your face, I don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm having a ball, and I want this rain to stop.
Right.
But I like Kelly for a little bit as a competitor. Mm-hmm. I respected her, but the athlete in me didn't give a fuck about her doing Iron Woman. I didn't give a shit.
Well, that's the thing. Is at the end of the day, it's all a game. People need to kind of get out of their feelings, I think, about it. And yeah, like that it's, you were not the first nor the last person to kind of acknowledge that, like, hey, this person has a really good story to tell if they make it in front of that jury.
And I'm gonna try to shut it up. And they booed me at the reunion.
Oh, sorry.
They booed me at the reunion because of Kelly, and they booed my family.
Yeah. Wow, that's where it just goes so far too, because you hear stories about that, of like people's families getting contacted and harassed. And,
that's real.
Yeah, I mean, in general, there's shit like fans just need, like, viewers need to leave people alone off the shit. Like, it's like, don't go finding people's social medias to, like, comment crazy stuff. Don't be, like, DMing them, like, death threats or whatever people are doing.
Oh, yeah, I was getting all that. I still get it.
Yeah.
Is that why you were, I noticed you just came off of private, like, a little bit ago, just re-entered the public eye. Was that because of Survivor people, like, other reasons?
Well, the reason why I went private, I did it twice. My account was hacked, and I divorced my ex, and my ex was on some like weirdo shit. So I was like, I gotta go private to protect my new marriage with my husband, because I didn't want anybody, my ex, trying to come for my new husband because he hate him. Because I left the ex, and the ex-husband, the guy that I was discovered on a Venice Beach, that's my ex-husband. We got married after I came back from Survivor.
Oh, wow.
So, but now it's just dead and gone. But I decided to step back out there because I think I'm a dope ass person, and I shouldn't have to be in hiding. And because of the hate that I was getting from Survivor, I didn't want to be contacted by people, because I didn't trust people. If you were to see my block list, even with this new page, my block list got about 2,000 people.
Oh my god.
Probably even more, because the moment you come to my page or come to my DM and I feel antagonized, or you got some crazy shit to say, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna block you. But now I'm 40 years old, and I did that show when I was 27. Years have happened. Wisdom has came. More experiences in life came. And then I get to reflect on Survivor. I still don't watch that shit, but I get to reflect on it. And sometimes I step out and I go to the different events, and people are excited to see me. And I am happy to see those people that appreciate me, because what you saw on TV was a competitor, but what you see in front of you is a real woman.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is there are some, because like there are some people on reality TV that like are actually like, they're not just like, there's like villains on the show and everything, like in the way that like you're like a villain on Survivor, but like there are people on these shows that are like villains in real life. They're like horrible, disgusting people who do horrible things on and off the show, and like they like seem to be able to flourish. So it's fucked up that somebody who just like got a bad edit on a TV show and is just a regular person in their day-to-day life is like, can get hate for that shit like over a decade later. Yeah,
it put me in when my season was airing, basically when I left, I felt like my mental health did a downward spiral, because I was always liked. People always liked me. And I was an athlete, and I would even win awards on how nice I was to my competition. You know, I'll get an award for finishing first, but then I'll get a double medal because I showed sportsmanship. So to be perceived as somebody that's so hated and she's a quitter and nobody likes her and she's so mean, that was a lot for me to take because I didn't sign up for that part of the show. That's deep, and if you're not strong enough, that shit could really take you out. And it took me out for a good 3 years where I was like, I can't even go on the internet like that. I can't really go to these different charity events like that because I would go, but I had a moment where I went to, I don't know where I was. I think I was in Virginia, and I was at the signing table, and this lady went to everybody and then walked around me. She said, "I don't like you." And I said, "I don't like you either." Shit, I didn't want to sign your shit. You know, but it's shit like that, you know, that can hurt. That could really, really hurt. And it made me become like just kind of sheltered. I went into a depression. Like real life, I went into a depression. I was like, I would go to work, come back, be in my pajamas. Weekends, I'm in pajamas. If I didn't have to go to work, I'm still in my pajamas. I'm in a dark room. I got these theater curtains. Like, I just was really trying to leave the limelight. I hated the fact that my awesome ass name is now being dragged through the mud. Yeah. You know, it hurt. I didn't trust people. And I also had to look at myself differently too. When I was dealing with this, I actually quit something that could have changed my family's life. And people don't understand that part of the game. Not just me, but other people that have fought for their spot to be on that show. And they don't win. It still fucks with them in a sense. But then also, when we leave these shows, the game is still happening because you still going to be fake nice to this motherfucker because CBS might call your ass to go back. So if they call you, bitch, you remember when I asked you if you could buy me a drink and you said, fuck you? Yep, now I'm about to vote you off. So it's the game still fucking happens. And I know that now at my age because I did the show so many years ago going into it with no true knowledge of the backlash and what life would be after reality TV, and us survivors that have left the show with hate, when people hated us and we got the crazy edit. Yeah, I did all that crazy shit. I sure the fuck did. But y'all didn't get to see the great things that I did either. And that's never, ever fucking talked about where, oh yeah, I did see you stretch out Uncle Dan, or I did see you jog with so-and-so. I don't get that. So for somebody that's so well received in real life to go on TV and come back out and be so hated, it's like, it'll bring you down. If you don't have tough skin, it will bring you down. Jeff even called me right before the reunion. He called me and told me, do not cuss. It's a family TV show. I said, dude, I really have to, y'all can't just beep it out? Because I'm about to be around people I don't fucking fuck with and I don't like. He said, no, NaOnka, you have to, you cannot use, you cannot cuss. It's like, okay. And then when we got there, and of course they booed me, and then it was a commercial break, and they were passing out buffs. But you had to like do something. You had to stand up, and you had to say who you were in the audience for, who you were supporting, or something like that. And my family was in. The roles are set up based on how you left the game with your family. So my family was in like in the eighth row. Well, it should have been seventh because Kelly they wanted me to leave before Kelly, so Kelly had a higher rank. That's fine. But when my auntie stood up, and she said, what's your name? And she said, Corona Mixon. They booed her. And I don't remember if it was Jeff or who had the microphone. Literally walked away from my family. And I said, that's the shit I'm fucking talking about. Y'all don't want me to sit up here and cuss, but y'all doing this disrespectful shit. Yeah. I'm only here for my bag. I just want to get this check and get the fuck off. And then when I saw, like, y'all giving Chase the fucking... Y'all gonna give this motherfucker a little concert section? So y'all already came here with the intent to highlight a lot of motherfuckers in here and to dim my light, and I did not like it.
For sure, because I mean, at that point, you know, obviously the show's been airing. They know, like, oh, there's like all these viewers that like want to hate on this person, so we're gonna play into that on the reunion and like just go in.
Yes, and I tried my best. And when Jeff asked me if my mom loved me. Hell yeah, she loved me. I'm little Zena. I'm exactly like her, if not fucking worse. Yeah. You know, and I was like, it was a disrespectful ass question. He asked my mom that shit on live television.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, when does the fucking disrespect stop? Like, it's just, it just keeps on fucking going. It just doesn't stop. But to sit amongst these people that I've already watched what the fuck you said about me, and I gotta sit next to your ass, and then I gotta sit up here, and I don't fuck with Chase, but I gotta sit here and listen to him play a goddamn guitar? Get the fuck out of here. Let me have my piece, but then to be asked about Kelly B again. Pushing somebody with one leg. I pushed a fucking competitor. We both have the same fucking goal to get $1 million. I am not going to hand over a fucking $1 million to her. Now with Chase, I worked the fuck out of Chase too. So with Chase, I was always going to have Chase's back, but it was always something in the back of my mind that just made me go, I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about him. Now, if I do decide to leave, I will get him to the end. But other than that, I ain't voting for him. But Chase thought I was going to vote for him. Nobody thought I was going to vote for Fabio because we stayed yelling at each other.
Yeah, right?
You know? So whenever I would go into tribal council, Chase would always, like, stare at me like, you still got me, you still got me. One day I just, like, rolled my eyes like, I don't know who the fuck you trying to, like, do telekinesis with because it ain't me. I would still give him eye contact, but I would probably, like, sometimes look at him like a deer in headlights. Like, I carried you all the way through, and I'm not voting for you. But he kept thinking I was going to vote for him. I want you to think that because we're still playing a game. As pissed off as you are that I'm even still fucking here after I quit, I still basically have the winning vote in my hands. Right. So,
did you know you were the swing voter? Like, how was the vibe at Ponderosa?
Oh, I totally fucking knew. I totally fucking knew. Mm-hmm. It only made sense. I carried the fucking season. I should have that type of stamp. To be like, yep, you get it and you don't. I loved Fabio because Fabio reminded me a lot of who I used to be when I was like so free and able to just be careless and not really have a worry in the world. He fucking surfs. I mean, come on now. Like, you have a really fucking good life and you have a rock band. Oh shit, this is a happy pappy guy, but he got on my goddamn nerves. But before I decided to leave, I pulled Fabio to the side and I was like, yo, I got a question. He was like, what? I said, you want a secret alliance? He was like, yo, that would be so fucking dope because nobody would fucking even know. I said, that's the fucking point. And we were on the volcano, and Chase, I think it was Chase or Purple Kelly was like, why did she pull him over there? And Chase like, well, that's what she does. Yeah, they had no idea we formed a secret alliance because if I would have stayed in the game, it would have probably been, my pick would have been me, Fabio, and Dan.
Oh, that's a good one.
Dan already got money. Lord, rest his soul, because I'm still heartbroken about that. But he already had money. And then Fabio, everybody liked you, but if they really broke it down, I played the game. So I knew I would win. I practiced my speech in my head so many times. And to stand there and have to ask these people these questions was like, God, this is hard.
Well, it's definitely a thing in the Survivor fandom that, like, if you didn't quit, you had a good shot at winning. Like,
right.
That is something that's very accepted.
Yeah, and it was hard because when I made up my mind to quit, I wanted to go out on my terms. I wanted to go out with a bang. And once we were able to get our tarpon shit back, I was like, God damn it, NaOnka, this is your chance to stay. You can totally flip it. So then I was like, okay, maybe I'll go to tribal, and hopefully they ask Kelly first. And if Kelly says she's going to leave, then I'm going to stay. But they ended up asking me first. So I'm like,
behind the scenes, like, were the producers like really, like, were they trying to talk you out of quitting? Like, were they really like kind of trying to get you to stay? Yeah,
it really did. And that still fucks with me too because we just won and saw Gulliver's whatever the fuck, the black whatever that shit is. He was a giant in it. But we got to eat hot dogs and popcorn and soda. I'm like, well, shit, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out with a fucking party. And I did. But what they kept doing is they kept pulling me out of the movie and taking away my experience to, hey, NaOnka, just think about it. Why do you want to leave? Why do you want to stay? I said, this is a fucking setup. Like, the rain won't stop. Before we did that last challenge, it had rained that whole morning. And we did our challenge late because the roads were muddy and the trucks couldn't even get through. It was really bad. But I saw it as an opportunity, like, you know, now it's going to have a storm before you get to the rainbow. And that's in everything. And that was my biggest lesson. Let it rain. Let it pour. Dance in that fucking rain because it's not going to rain for fucking ever. But at that time, it was hard for me because it just would not stop. and I had nobody really on by my side other than Purple Kelly. Everybody was against me, but I was no longer in the game. I had already checked out. I would be asking every day, okay, so what episode is this? So how much money did we make?
Right.
You know, I'm always asking, how much money did we make? Because I want to make sure, like, I'm making the right choice. I would always ask that. So once I found out, like, oh, okay, all right, well, I think I'll stay. But then when our shelter caught on fire, and so y'all over here doing this dumb shit. Like, who the fuck did this? Oh, Brenda. You know, it was like, it was just a lot of dumb shit happening. But Purple Kelly and I were like really dead set on like we just can't do it. And I'm like, I'm really fucking freezing. And I look around and fucking Fabio got a jacket. Sash is wearing jeans with a long sleeve shirt. You got fucking the country boy over here with the damn hat on, a long sleeve shirt, jeans, and goddamn boots. And then fucking Brenda, you're a threat because you paddleboard. You're always in the fucking water. So I'm looking at how everybody is dressed, how everybody's moving. They're all fucking comfortable. Purple Kelly and I are not comfortable. Day 2, I had to rip my shirt and make it like a sash to put around my shoulders because I was so fucking cold. We struggled. And whenever it would fucking rain, my poor Purple, they would always pull her ass out.
Yeah, well, and like the kind of two things that I feel as far as quitting is I'm not even willing to put myself, like, I'm not even willing to audition for Survivor, so I'm not gonna, because I'm like, oh hell no, I'm not doing that. So I'm not gonna sit here like when somebody else that actually went out and did the show, when they quit, I'm not gonna sit here and like judge them and be like, oh, they shouldn't have quit. And B, this is a question I really wanted to ask you, but so like, I know Jeff Probst, he he's very notorious in the show for being kind of very harsh towards anybody that quits. And like, so do you think it's fair how harsh he is, or is it kind of unfair how harsh he is about it?
Excuse me. I think it's both. We need the harshness for TV, and he wants the show to go on. He wants to see a start and he wants to see a finish. And so we all do. I mean, I'm mad that I quit because I would never know where I would have landed. I don't know where I would have ended. So, yes, I think he should be harsh because it's TV and he probably was rooting for me and was mad. You know, because when we had to write our questions for the final 3, we went to like his suite. And one thing he said to me that kind of hurt my feelings, but I really didn't care, but it kind of hurt my feelings. He was like, did you even have fun?
Oh, wow.
And I go, yes and no. I have fun because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I didn't even ask to be here. This just fell in my lap, so I came. But I didn't know it was going to be this hard. So yeah, I have fun. I would totally do it again, like in 15 years. You know, and it wouldn't be right away because this is a fucking mind trip. You know, but
that's coming up.
Look, I would love to return to be on an older tribe, and they have new younger people. Like, I think that my season needs that. We lost Dan, and we could do that in honor of Dan. You know what I mean? And I think it would be cool. Now, when I see my name and people are like, bring NaOnka back, and then you got some people say, well, she quit. Well, quite a few people had quit, and they came back on a fucking show. And I paid attention to that shit. So whether it's a personal vendetta, or y'all just don't want me on it, but I know for a fact if I got back, it will be a lot of viewers because I need redemption. I need to finish or be voted out. So at least I know I have a place that I've landed where I can no longer have to stand on a quitter. At least I did it and I finished. And even if it's not Survivor and it's another show, because I did hear about this show called House of Villains. If it's another show, I would love to be on. I would love to I just need redemption. It has to be on TV, but I need to do something where I start it and I finish it.
Yeah, and do you do you think that CBS has you like blacklisted? Like, is there some kind of rule like where they're truly like, no, NaOnka can't, like, we're not letting NaOnka back on?
I really don't know because before the game, they when they give us like our Survivor 101 class, they tell us don't quit and we will regret it. Okay. And they leave it at that. Now, here we go again. I don't know shit about this show other than I'm playing for $1 million. And I know I'm going to have to do a lot of like weird shit. That's all I knew. But I'm like, I ain't quitting. But then when I'm playing the game, every day I'm quitting. Because it was hard. I'm cold. I can't sleep on this fucking bamboo, so I'd rather sleep in the dirt. I haven't washed my ass. I'm dropping weight. It's uncomfortable. Being on the show is fucking uncomfortable. Now, when you go into, oh my god, now there's a camera in your face. Oh shit, I'm actually on TV. Okay, I can't do that. I can't say that. I can't do, because every day I was smelling chicken. I knew for a fact somebody kept eating chicken and being in our way, and I would say, I know you ate some chicken today. He said, no, I didn't. I'm vegan. No, you ate some chicken. I could smell it on you. But we never knew where these people that have this food, because if we could have found it, we would have broke through and found that food.
Right. Well, I
don't think rumors people have done that.
I believe it.
Yeah, when there's rumors about like members of production or crew members even like sneaking stuff for people. I don't know if any of it's true. Like it's all unconfirmed, but you hear the rumors.
Yeah, I think these people just don't want to lose their damn jobs. They get to travel for free and shit, go across the world. But I mean, if they could give me clues in a confessional, I'm pretty sure they could give you chapstick or give you gum. I'm pretty sure they could, but they just don't want to lose their jobs. But you're also not, you're never, whoever's filming you is never alone.
Yeah.
It's always somebody else with them.
Yeah, and who knows whether what's in those contracts too, as far as legal repercussions and lawsuits and stuff like that. Because I mean, I know even you guys that are the contestants, the talent on the show, I know you guys signed some pretty crazy contracts as far as how much trouble you can get in if you leak information before the season airs or anything like that.
And it was somebody on my season that was leaking information. We just never found out who. Our whole our names and who our aliases was leaked. Somebody took a whole picture of it and leaked it. It was something else that had happened too. There was also pictures of some of our challenges. We're not there, but there was pictures of where the location was that was leaked. And it had me okay, you know what? Y'all need to really be checking y'all people, because these people probably be selling this fucking information.
Right.
They want to get the coin and then also keep you guys on edge. And Survivor's already wicked twisted. If we're already trying to outwit, outplay, and outlast, I'm pretty sure production doing that shit too.
Right, they're thinking if they can make some extra money. Right,
because the recruits, they get paid for the contestants. Now, Lisa T was very upset with me. She didn't even really want to talk to me after I left. And I even reached out to her on some. I didn't know what the fuck I was getting myself into, but I didn't want her to take it personally. So that's why I think that their money, a lot of their money or their salary comes from how long we last or if we even make it. Because they take shit very personal.
Okay, so that's the thing. So she was probably pissed because you have this path to the final three. So if you had stayed and gone to the final three, she would have made a good extra chunk of cash.
Yeah, that's just any college sport. If you play. Okay, they play for the whole season. Okay, great. I got paid. I got my bag. But if they make it to the final four, your bag changes.
Right.
Because now they're staying longer.
But also, just like anything else, though, it's a risky thing to do. For her or anybody else to put that kind of, I guess, to kind of bet on the contestants in that way and how far they're going to make it, because you don't know what's going to happen. So it's kind of their own fault too if you don't last as long as they're hoping you will.
Right. Let me ask y'all something. Have y'all ever watched the television show called Unreal?
No, but there's a lot of people in our TikTok comments telling us to watch that, so it's high up on my list.
If you are a person that loves reality TV and want to know the behind the scenes shit and how these producers have to tell their stories and what they kind of force you to do or try to get you to do, watch that show, because it is very telling. When I'm a big fan of the show. When I watched it, I was like, this is exactly what the fuck was happening on Survivor. I had this person that had fucking recruited me, and she needed me not to change the way I looked. That's what the fuck happened on there, because Unreal is The Bachelor. The Bachelor.
Yeah, I heard the ex-Bachelor producers wrote it.
Okay. Oh, that makes sense. So it's them, but the behind the scenes is the producers. It's a whole storyline of the producers doing this fuck shit. And it's manipulation and how they're sleeping with the contestants or have a relationship with the contestant, or the producers are fucking each other. And it's just there's so much more to reality TV than just the talent. It's the people that are responsible for the talent that got their own fucking storyline. Now, if you can turn the cameras around and get on the producers on how they have to plan their day just to get us to do the job that they need us to do, there's no telling, because my producer, he said, you give me gold. I don't ever have to worry about anything. Like, no matter what you do, I can build around it. And that made me feel good, but it also made me feel like, damn, I must be doing a lot of crazy shit. You know?
Right.
But they're corrupt. Believe me, they're corrupt. And then you also have us as a talent, and then you have like the production, but then you have the stand-in people. Those are like college kids that get to do that shit for free.
Oh, wow.
You know, I don't know if they even still have it. I forgot what they even call it, but you can literally, I don't know who you may have to talk to about it, but for a whole summer, you could travel to where Survivor is going to be filmed and test out the games, be the stand-in. You get to travel.
The Dream Team?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I would love to test out some challenges. I think that'd be fun.
I say look into it, because if it ever happens and you don't get on it, you should get the experience. I feel like everybody should get the experience to play Survivor. I really feel like CBS needs to hold like like those Comic-Con things. They need to hold something with the reality TV shows that they have come out where we get to actually do it. Like Fear Factor, have them walk a tightrope or some shit. Or Survivor, have them do like a game you'll even play in a bar and time it. Like they need to
like
give
Harry Potter World, Universal.
Oh, I never experienced it, but I feel like everybody should just give it a go, because you know you never know what the fuck you really could do until you have to do it.
Yeah, well, and the people that talk shit about the people that are on Survivor, they might learn something.
Yes, like go ahead and sleep at the fucking beach every day for 28 damn days with no fucking clothes on. Go ahead and eat rice just a little bit a day.
Right, and see what your attitude is like, or see how you talk to people. Like you're gonna be like, see how grumpy you are.
Yes, and don't let me start my period. It's gonna be Hurricane NaOnka, because I'm already hungry. I ain't got no damn sleep.
So, were there, from what you can remember, were there any of your castmates on Survivor that you felt like they were maybe trying to come off a certain way, like they were being maybe fake or trying to manufacture some kind of image or character for the show?
Elena, for sure. That, I was going to say something, but I'll say it anyway. That bitch didn't know she was coming or going. She didn't know who she liked, who she didn't like. She just wanted to, she seen that we had, like, my minority alliance. She saw how big we were, and she chose the wrong side. So now that she chose the wrong side, now she's doing all of this like weird fake shit. But then when she knew her life was on the line, now you trying to be my friend, bitch? I'm gonna steal this shit and I'm gonna blame you. Because I didn't like her.
She was a big fan of the game, but didn't want to go about it.
She said she was a big. She was mad at me when I came back to Ponderosa. I didn't give a fuck. I just ate my my Mrs. Field cookie and Snickers and peanut butter. I didn't give a fuck about what film she was on. Like, bitch, you were voted off. I really don't give a shit. And I ate good. I ate my little tortilla and my oranges and everything. Even though I lost the shit, couldn't find it, you were still a part of it. And they made me feel like shit. They all do it. Oh, come on, family. Let's watch the sunset. And got me sitting on a fucking log while y'all over here kumbaya and shit.
Well, yeah. So, like, was there, like, what, as far as, like, Ponderosa and everything, like, were people being just, like, super, super over-the-top friendly and whatever? Or were people, like, was anybody, like, kind of, like, picking fights? Was anybody kind of, like, keeping the drama going on Ponderosa?
No, but we all got along. Like, I let Marty and Brenda and Alina have their time because I know y'all still wanted to be in the game, and Purple Kelly and I, by choice, fucking left. And I know y'all would switch in a heartbeat, but too bad you can't. It's already done, and my ass is here. So when you wake up, you go see me down there eat my fucking breakfast. It's up to you if you want to step up to me, because I'm not even tripping. I'm not tripping at all.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm out the game. I took a fucking hour and a half long shower. Like, I was cool. But they, on the other hand, mainly, Brenda was really, really, really upset. But when she finally came around, I explained myself. But I told her, like, yo, I did what I had to do. I voted you off because I was supposed to vote you off. You were still an op. We still have the same goal. But she was still mad. She was more mad at me than she was Purple Kelly. I don't know why I get all the shit when Purple Kelly left too.
Right.
But her only thing is she said milk on milk, and people still give her shit for that.
Well, and I don't know, because I know you said you didn't really watch Survivor before or after, but I mean, as we saw from Brenda on her second season, she always seems to take it pretty personally.
Oh yeah, I did that to her. That's my fault.
No.
Yeah,
that's my fault.
I don't believe it.
I don't know if you saw on her second season when she was in the jury and she asked that lady to take her fake teeth out.
She was trying to be me, but I would have never done that to Don. Like before she went back, our names were both on the table. Who was going to come back? And I called Brenda and I told Brenda, you and I are up against each other right now on who's going to come back. Most likely they're going to bring you back because I quit. If I didn't quit, they definitely would have brought me back. But
for sure.
You need to be ready, bitch, because you're definitely going back on the show. And
you and Corinne on one tribe?
Huh?
I said you and Corinne on one tribe would be crazy.
I need my fucking redemption. I hate the game to play it when you actually in it, but you really want to play it again once you're out of the game.
So I'm curious if you were on the favorites tribe when Brandon Hanslow is like freaking out and throwing rice everywhere, what do you think your reaction is to that situation?
We could be eating that shit. Shit, we already ain't eating. You throwing this damn rice shit. I would have said, what the fuck is wrong with you? Jeff would have been on my ass for saying some shit like that. What the fuck are you on?
Oh my gosh.
And he was a crazy motherfucker too.
He was, yeah. We definitely, I mean, and the thing is, I like Brenda and all, but we definitely missed out on fans versus favorites too by not having you on there.
Hopefully somebody talks some sense into him and say, just bring her ass back. Like, what do we have to lose? She knows she can't quit again.
Right. They need to let Aiden and I, talk to some CBS executives.
Y'all do the job, please.
I'll sit Mark Burnett down with a PowerPoint. I'm ready.
I'll do a shout out.
Right. No, we're coming on to the end here, but I'm very curious. Is there anything from your season of Survivor that people don't know about that isn't publicized? That gets unknown?
From my season, Purple Kelly and I are still best friends. She just recently got married. She's a newlywed. Yes. I don't like anybody other than Purple Kelly. I fuck with Jane. I still fuck with Jane because Jane, when she does her interviews, she always speaks very highly of me. She always has my back. I haven't talked to Marty in a long time, so I still have love for everybody. I just don't fuck with Kelly B. I don't fuck with Chase. Benry, Fabio. I'm just letting Fabio live his life because when he got his money, he bought me my first dinner, and we ate on the beach at Venice Beach, where I was recruited. We ate there because he also lived on Venice Beach. So I love me some Fabio, and I'm just so proud of him, and I'm so happy that I had something to do with him having the lifestyle that he has now because it was well deserved, very well deserved.
I would totally, because the thing is, I have never in my life watched a season of The Amazing Race, but I would tune in for you and Fabio as a team.
Oh my god, that would be fucking great. I never even thought about that. We'd be cussing each other out left and right. Yeah,
well, no, you have one of my favorite quotes in Survivor history comes from you, and you said it to Fabio at the Found Trouble Council. It has been a pleasure this season cussing you out.
It was. We stayed on each other's ass. I wish that was highlighted a little bit more because we would both say some crazy shit to each other all the time, and they didn't really get a lot of it. They would always get the aftermath or when it was building up. But me and him, we had our own show happening.
Yeah, no, that's a relationship Aiden and I have here.
That's funny. What else can I say? Yeah, no, nothing really. I just really want to go back and have redemption, or even be able to do one of those buzz feeds and sit with another person that was on Survivor. I rub elbows with the legends of Survivors, the people that won the $1 million, the people that were in the final 3. I get to sit next to people that they were in a place that I wish I could have been in. So I respect them because they stayed in the game and they have a start and they have a finish. I love all the people that have, I have a certain type of love for all the people that have played Survivor because we were chosen for whatever fucking reason. People saw something in us and we were given that golden ticket. And we jumped on it, and we have been able to make this company so much fucking money
Yeah,
and I'm so honored to be a part of it. Oh, and there is one thing. I'm a part of a Black Survivor Alliance. I don't know if you guys know about it, but it's with former African American survivors, along with let me see, Jolanda, the attorney from Texas.
Oh yeah.
She was a part of it. Tyrone was on it.
She can pull out, right?
Yes. Philip. We're all a part of the Survivor, Black Survivor Alliance, and when shit started going left for CBS, where people started really getting pissed off for not having blended cast, like minorities, on the camera and behind the camera, like somebody can't tell my black ass story that's not black. So we needed more people in there that identified with us to be able to tell our story, have something to do with the hiring of the talent. That not just saying that we need blacks, we need minorities, because it's just like when you go into a classroom and you see the teacher. For years, it was a long time before I got a black teacher, somebody that I could look at and identify with. And it's really important to have these type of people on the TV where if it is young kids watching, they see somebody like me, black, dreadlocks, not really well liked, but they may see a little bit of me in them. And if she could do it, I could fucking do it. So after that, I mean, we all told our story. We talked to Mark Burnett, and it was a Zoom. And we talked to Jeff, and all of us told our stories, like 20 of us. And we all told our story about how y'all fucked us. And my story was, I didn't appreciate some of the questions that will be asked in confessionals to me. Like, how does it feel being from South Central LA here playing Survivor? And the first time they asked me, I said, what the fuck do you mean? Did you ask that same question to Wendy? How does it feel for Holly to come from fucking North Dakota to play this shit? I felt like singled out with a lot of their fucking questions. And it was very telling at the reunion when y'all fucking tried to embarrass my mother on live TV. Yeah. And like that shit is not cool. So what we did is we came together, we told them our stories and what they need to do, and this is a demand. We're not asking, this is what needs to be done, or we'll do this again. And what I found out from that, it's all changed. And there's more people of minorities working behind the scenes. They're trying to do double the work and putting out more minorities on our TV screens. Like a little too much. Like, okay, we didn't see it do all that, but we needed to just do better. You know, so that was really important to me, because I felt as a black woman leaving the show that I didn't really have a voice, and then to find others that are like me and like-minded, that we all have the same experience. And no matter what place we landed in Survivor, we did the show, and we did it as a minority, and we got a harsher edit because of who we are on the outside. And some of us, I was born and raised in a hood, but that don't mean that I'm actually hood. I'm educated. I got 2 degrees. I have 2 businesses. But you guys don't want that from me. Y'all don't want that story because it's too good. Y'all need drama. Y'all need something where people gonna be like, oh, she's stupid. She's from the ghetto. That we don't want that. We need y'all to put us at a higher standard. Like I just said, Jolanda, she is the most famous attorney in Texas, doing her big one. I was watching Fatal Attraction. She's one of the lawyers in Fatal Attraction on certain episodes. So I am that little girl. I'm that little girl that I'm telling y'all about. Like, I resonate with her. I identify with her. That shit is important to see. So I do congratulate CBS for doing that, because it also opened the door for other networks to do the same thing. And it shouldn't have taken that long. It shouldn't have taken the pandemic and a George Floyd situation for you guys to wake the fuck up. Because when that Black Lives Matter movement happened, that's when we stepped up and our black voices were heard.
Yeah, when it's always like, just even with how Survivor's presented, you know, because they've always presented it as like, oh, you know, this cast is just all these different people from different walks of life, from different parts of the country, from, you know, whatever, coming together. And it's like, okay, well, then it should reflect how diverse the country is. You know, it shouldn't be half the cast is white Instagram models.
Oof, period. Now, I remember researching when I was watching some of the seasons, trying to see how to play the game. They had a season where it was like a black tribe and a white tribe and some other tribe.
Yeah, Cook Islands.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
that was a mess.
Oh Lord! So that was real. Like, I wasn't just stumbling across it. That was like a real thing.
No, that happened. That was season 15, and they almost did it again, because the next season had the same cast breakdown, but somebody quit before filming started, so they only had 19 people, so they couldn't do the twist.
Oh,
but it was very obvious they had the same setup, so they tried to do it twice.
Yeah, I'm glad they. Oh, good. because it was bad enough that we said we have a minority alliance, and everybody was like, "What the fuck is that?" I'm glad they didn't do that.
I know. So I started that early. It was like day one.
And I'm like, "What are you?" I don't know what you are.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first watched it, I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Oh, yeah," because I'm Jamaican too. Okay, you got a little Jamaican in it.
Yeah, I was like, "What the fuck are you?" Like, I'm confused. How you are like a part of this?
Well, the funny thing is, you guys really, like were the first example of something that we would see more recently. I don't know if you watch Big Brother at all or keep up with that. But I know, Aiden, was it last season, the season before, where there was the Cookout Alliance?
The Cookout, yeah.
Yeah, the Cookout Alliance. Well, and that resulted in the first Black winner of Big Brother.
Oh, wow.
Outside of Tamar.
Yeah.
The first non-celebrity winner.
Yeah, she was the first on the celebrity version. But yeah, there was like that Cookout Alliance where it was just kind of like this group of people, because I think that was like kind of like NaOnka, like what you said, where CBS kind of kicked up as far as their diversity and casting. So suddenly on this season of Big Brother, they had more people of color than they had like any previous season.
Wow.
And they kind of took it, like they kind of were like, okay, well, like there's enough of a sphere to form like a really powerful alliance, and they took it all the way to the end.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Just a little, you just need a sprinkle. You know, us Black people, we got a lot of flavor. We could be very ignorant, but we bring what needs to be brought to the table. You know, and that's not just like with Black people. We just extra. Black people, we just extra as fuck for no goddamn reason. We just extra. And I'm not trying to take that away from other cultures or whatever, but I love my Black ass culture because we are underestimated. And when we do win, we show the fuck out. Because we need more Black winners. We need to celebrate, like, Black people could win, minorities could win. It don't always have to be these white picket fences people. Like, not everybody is perfect, and I love to see imperfection win.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, across, like, all forms of reality TV, whether it's a Survivor or Big Brother or Real Housewives or, like, whatever, I mean, some of the best reality television has been provided by minority like castmates on these shows. Mm-hmm. Like that's the stuff that you see as far as like these are the like famous quotes from reality TV shows. These are the famous scenes, the big moments, the memes, the like everything.
Yeah.
Specifically Black women, I feel like, are the backbone of reality television.
Oh man, we got New York. That's
New York, Omarosa, Nene.
Yes. Like, and if I met any of them, oh my god, I would be starstruck.
Well, New York has like a similar cast. Like New York has a similar casting story to you. I think she said she was like when she got recruited for Flavor of Love, she was on. I think didn't she was on Hollywood Boulevard or something.
Yeah, I think so.
And somebody just walked up to her. Like somebody literally they didn't even talk to her. Like they just saw her and they like walked up to her and were like, "Do you want to be on a show?"
Man, it's crazy because it's things that you wish could happen, like you want it to happen, and then when it actually happens, it's a what the fuck moment. Like, did that really just happen? Because we all want, that's a dream. And now look at New York, big time.
Yeah.
Right.
But my ass just had to get casted on this shit that didn't open up any damn doors. It didn't open up any doors for me. It's still like, I can't walk into a job interview and go, yeah, and I did Survivor. That part of my life, anywhere I go, I never tell anybody. One day, one of my closest friends, I never even fucking told her. And one day she woke up, she said, "Bitch, you're on my TV screen. Why didn't you tell me you did Survivor?" And I was like, "What the fuck are you even watching? That shit is old as fuck." She was like, "On Pluto." I was just asleep, and then all of a sudden I hear your voice. And I go, "That's crazy as shit." She was like, "Why didn't you tell me?" I said, "Because I don't really have anything like good to say about it. I quit." You know, so I don't tell people, but when somebody wants to know a fun fact, and if I'm in a group setting and they want to know a fun fact, hell yeah, I'm gonna tell them about it. But it's not something I really like talk about because it's not a great highlight in my life.
Right. And are there any other reality shows that you could have been cast on, or that, like even now that you could be cast on, that you think would provide maybe better opportunity than Survivor? I
would love to do the challenge. I had noticed that they have some bad girls on there. We just had our Survivor brother on there, winning, dominating.
Yeah.
So it's like
they have mad Survivor people on there now.
Yeah. So it's like I want that opportunity, but I also I had my page private, and people probably didn't know if it was real or not. So once I saw you guys' TikTok, and I thank you guys for it because it woke me up. It made me go, what the fuck am I doing sitting on myself? Like, I'm hiding myself from the world when this is actually like something really big that I actually need to be proud of. No matter like how I left, I was chosen, and I need to celebrate that. So I thank you guys for reminding me of that. Like, you guys don't know what that did for me, because ever since then I've been connecting with you guys and talking to you guys, because that type of love, and with my mental health, I need to receive that. And I need to see it. And when I saw both of you guys, I cried. And I ran to my husband. I was like, look at this, look. And he was like, baby, you're really special. And I was like, I needed this shit. You don't even understand. Because it's when it's a good, there's a bad. When there's a bad, there's a good. But I just kept saying bad. You know, and then even underneath the videos, people still coming for me, talking about I'm obsessed and everything. And I was entertaining it. And sometimes I'll go, but you still talking about me.
Right.
You sound obsessed. Why am I still in your mouth? Why are you still on here? And then they go, well, why are you on here? This is what y'all want.
Right.
You know, I'm giving y'all what y'all want.
Exactly.
I've always communicated with the fans, because shit, I put on my pants one leg at a time, just like y'all. I'm no different. I was just chosen to go on a fucking show.
Yeah.
That's
well,
it.
I think the important thing to always remember, I think, is that, like, even if there are, like, just stupid people like that are commenting just, like, stupid stuff, like, there are also, like, you genuinely have fans, because, like, Aiden and I we have, like, so many friends that are, like, so, like, reality TV obsessed, and, like, there are so many people that just, like, adore you and find you to be just so likable and so entertaining, so funny, and just, like, so, like, impressive as far as, like, as a competitor too. Like you were a strong competitor on Survivor, and it's like even going back now and watching it, and like even comparing it to some of these newer people that are on the show, like, it's impressive to watch.
Wow, thank you so much.
Yeah. And you were good representation for people that maybe, you know, I was in trouble a lot in high school, elementary school, because I always had a lot to say. So it was refreshing seeing characters like that on television. Make me feel like I'm not crazy. These are people who stick up for themselves, and it, like, encouraged me. You know, I grew up fat, gay, in a black high school. Like, it wasn't easy. So, you know, I had to get a little persnippety at the mouth. And seeing characters like that on reality television really helped me.
No, it's not. It's not easy, because you still have life after that, and I wish that that's what they tell you when you're signing up for these different reality TV shows. Is like, if there's anybody listening to this right now and want to know about how you deal with life after reality TV, no matter how or whatever show that you're on, you are opening up your life for these people, and no matter what you do, there's going to be judgment. People are going to always have something to say, but to always remember, those people that have something to say want to be in your place. So that's a healthy reminder to just remind yourself that it's going to be life after TV, and whatever you do, it's going to be talked about until the day you die, even after you die. But like you guys said, it reminded me, I was on the show, and I was chosen, and even though I was received in all of these different ways, it's like, what, 12, 13 years later, and I'm still talked about, and I'm still, like, people still want to celebrate me and see me on TV, and there's some people that just probably want to see me on TV just to see my downfall. I don't give a fuck. But I still want to be in people's mouths.
Right.
So with life after reality TV, just live your best life. People gonna always have something to say. You win, they go talk shit. You lose, they go talk shit. Just do you.
Absolutely. Aiden, did you have any other questions that you wanted to ask NaOnka? Or NaOnka, did you have, like, anything else you wanted to touch on that we missed?
No, I enjoy doing these. It's like a verbal diary.
Right. Well, that's the thing, is, like, going into this, we were just very much like let's just let NaOnka talk. I think anybody could just, like, listen to you talk for hours. Because the thing is, I feel like you just have so many stories to tell. You have so many interesting things to say. Like,
thank you.
Like, I could like literally never, like, be bored.
No, I don't. I think my husband, I get on his nerves because I talk his goddamn ear off. I do. And my husband, he didn't even know that I had this going on in my life, that this has happened to me. and he's Nigerian, and he's been living here for 2 years, and we've been married for just about 2 years. And I took him to a Survivor event, and I basically told him, I was on TV before we went. I was on TV, and I'm pretty popular, but when we go into this place, I may seem like really popular or very unliked, but it's probably going to be really fun. And we go in there, and he's just so fucking impressed. He's like, all of these people like you. All of these people know do you know? I don't know half of these motherfuckers in here. I don't even know if this person I'm talking to is actually on a TV show. And then I walk away from him, and somebody's like, oh my God, you're so. I'm like, I didn't even know who the fuck I was even talking to. So, but he was just like, for him to see me in that light, that's the type of light I always want to be seen in. But for my husband, my newly husband, to not know what the fuck he married, and I take him to an event, and for him to see me being like celebrated, it made me feel good, and it made him go, damn, I got a good one. And I'm like, I fucking love you, man. Like, you have no fucking idea how crazy I really fucking am. But now you married my ass, you really go see the shit.
Oh my gosh, well, this has been just so fun. Like by far, like out of all the episodes we've filmed so far, this has been like the most fun to record. And it's gonna be so fun to edit too.
It's so much information.
Right, it's gonna be so fun to like go back and listen to this and edit it. We are just so happy, and we are like once again so grateful that you came on to our show. Like, it is like literally one of our dream guests. Like, and you're our first guest, so that's like amazing.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity. And again, thank you guys for being my light. I'm gonna try not to cry. Thank you guys for just showing me and reminding me of something that I did that was really, really special. And it's people like you two that make us feel good. And you guys have made me feel so good. You guys have made me feel seen. You guys have made me feel heard. And I really appreciate you guys. And you guys are no longer just fans. You guys are a family. You guys are definitely my family now. And I love you guys. Hit me up whenever. We could talk shit. We can do Zoom and have drinks, whatever the case may be. But you guys are part of my family. You guys are in my family now, so don't forget that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I hope you always remember you are iconic, entertaining, charismatic, kind, strong. Just a legend.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, note takers, for listening to another episode of our podcast. I really hope you guys enjoy this one. This is like a really special treat for us, and we think it's going to be a really special treat for you. And of course, as always, tune in next week. We are going to be continuing our current weddings deep dive, but this is like we had to like cut into we had to like take a break from the deep dive for this. This is like priority right now.
Oh, gosh.
All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will talk to you guys again next week.